Yo, what's good, people? Old Styles in the building. Check, check, check. Mic check 1, 2. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. Let's let some people start coming into the stream. Let's give it a few moments. That's what everybody else likes to say when they start their stream. So let's get situated. Let's wait for everyone to come in. All right, let's be like everybody else. Okay. Let's give it a few minutes here. So tonight we're gonna talk about, you already see the title, Surviving Diddy. All right, let's let a couple people join in here. One moment. So grab your beverages, grab your vices, sit back, relax. We're going to go down memory lane a little bit here. Not going to be on here all night. I'm going to give y'all a little bit of Surviving Diddy. If you haven't already gotten your Diddy fix over the last couple of days, weeks, months, years, decades, we're just going to break it down. We're going to break down the beginning, the middle, the present of Puff as seen through Old Styles' eyes, as seen through my eyes. So this is my objective review of the life and times of P. Diddy, because seemingly, I don't want to say it's over, but man, it's not looking too good for the Puff man. For Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Sean Puffy Combs. It's not looking too good for him out here, man. He's gonna eventually have to address these rumors that have been circulating for a while now, as we're gonna see. But let a couple more people come in, grab your beverages, sit back, relax. We're not gonna be here all night, but we're gonna definitely deep dive. We're definitely gonna do a little bit of a dive into Puff Daddy. So if you haven't been on this channel before, my name is O Styles. We talk about finance, talk about what's going on in the world. It's a little bit of sports here and there, lifestyle, travel, just those type of things. Nothing too crazy. But if you're into those type of things, you're into travel. I've been to Colombia. I've been to Dominican Republic. I've been to Jamaica. Been all over the place. So I post my views. I post my views on different sports topics, on different situations happening in the world. And here's another example: Surviving Diddy. This is gonna be interesting. So sit back, relax. I'm gonna crack a cerveza here. Let's get into it, man. So that's what we talk about on this page. That's what we're gonna talk about tonight. What we're gonna talk about tonight, I should say, is Puffy and surviving Puffy, surviving P. Diddy. This is not a slander. This is not this is objective. This is not, we're not here to slander the guy. We're not here to just praise him. We're just here to objectively dissect what we've been seeing for the last couple decades. This is not new. This has been going on for a while now. There's been a lot of suspect behavior from Puff. Okay, and we're talking all the way going back to Biggie days. Biggie days. Okay, so that's like in the mid 90s. Okay, so we're going to slightly touch on the Biggie side of it. But for me, where it started for me, so before Drake, before Kanye, there was Puff Daddy. That's where it started for me. So there was Biggie and Puff, but when I really started to listen to hip hop was Puff Daddy. No Way Out. That was me. That's where I started. That's exactly where I started listening to hip hop. Like that. You see what I'm saying? So if you don't know what No Way Out is, take a look at my screen. This is No Way Out. This is Puff Daddy and the Family. So some of you may be a little bit older than me. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Some of you may be a little bit younger than me. It's all good. But personally, when I started listening to hip hop, was Puffy. Some people started listening to hip hop with Tupac, with EPMD, with Rakim, with Snoop Dogg, with Dr. Dre. I started listening to hip hop with Puffy. Not to age myself, but that's when I really started to follow this thing called hip hop. Tupac, Biggie, all that beef. When that happened, I was a little bit of a pup. I was kind of on the younger side, so I didn't really understand what was going on. I was just listening to hip hop based off of like what was on the radio, right? But to me, Puff was where it all began, where it all started with this album, No Way Out. So this is after Biggie Smalls passed away. Puff Daddy, the controversy kind of started from there for me. Because back in these days, if you don't know who Puff Daddy is, you've been living under a rock. He's from Harlem, Mount Vernon. He's from New York City, basically. We're not going to really do like a Wikipedia breakdown on Puff. Okay. But long story short, this dude, he's a legend. He's an icon. Right. And where I started listening to him was this particular album, No Way Out, Puff Daddy, and the Family. That's where I started listening to him. His music was all over the radio. He was a big center of controversy because they say that he was responsible for getting Tupac out of here. Right? A lot of people were saying that back in these days when I was a little pup. Right? So he has something to do with this East Coast, West Coast beef. He had something to do with it. He was directly involved in getting these guys out of here. So I'm not going to sit down here and make allegations against the guy, but that was the word on the street back in the 90s that Puff had something to do with Big and Pac's beef. He has something to do with it. And that something to do with it moniker has followed him throughout the deaths of many people over the course of his career. Right? But again, before all of that, right after Biggie Smalls died, little old me, I'm not even a teenager at this point yet. I heard that song on the radio. If you're looking at my screen there, it's track number. You know what? They're all bangers here, but where is it? Yeah, it's the second last track. It's called "I'll Be Missing You." Okay, featuring Faith Evans and 112. It was a sample. It was a sample by the Police, Sting's group, Sting's old group, not Sting the wrestler, Sting the musician. So Puffy sampled Sting's song and made it into one of the biggest songs of all time. Okay, it's called "I'll Be Missing You." So little me, little young me, pre-teenager me buys this album after hearing this song on the radio a gazillion times, after seeing what happened between Biggie and Pac. Okay, that's what got me introduced into hip hop. That's what got me introduced into hip hop at a wee young age. Okay, so what resulted was this album was a classic. I don't care what anybody says. This album was a classic, head to toe classic. So say what you want to say. I mean, at the time, rap was a lot different. So guys like Puff didn't really rap like that. Like he didn't really have that type of background, but he was more of a producer. He's more like an A&R. He's more of like, he was more on the other side. He wasn't into the bars and the hip hop and you know what I mean, the MC and the sick bars and the slick wordplay. He wasn't really into that. You know, and if I'm not mistaken, a lot of his stuff is probably even written, not written by him. So he wasn't your typical MC, but he had a roster around him. Bad Boy Records was a force to be reckoned with. Okay. Who was Bad Boy Records? You had the Locks. You had, that's Jadakiss, Styles P, Sheik Luch. You had Black Rob. You had Mace, you had Faith Evans, you had 112, you had Mary J. Blige, you had so many good artists on the label. So this guy was he was like untouchable back in those days, right? And the more I thought about it back then, the more the rumors kind of felt like, okay, this guy wanted to take Biggie's shine. So that's why Biggie had to kind of get out of here. You know what I mean? But again, that was just hearsay. I don't know how true that is. I'm not gonna come out here and say it, but that's how it felt back in those days when I was a wee young pup. And that was a talk on the streets. This is before social media. So this is just people just talking on the radio and, just family and friends just talking. This is what I used to hear all the time. So controversy, axing people has been following this guy from the beginning. We're gonna get into all the people I'm not even gonna get too deep into that side of it because we're here to talk about surviving Diddy. I mean, hey, look, that's kind of part of it. So who cares? We're gonna talk about it too. But a lot of his artists, have gone out on mysterious ways. So they've lost their life in mysterious ways. A lot of his family members have lost their lives in mysterious ways. A lot of his people that he like first came into the music industry with on that record label that he was a part of have all left in mysterious ways. Jaguar Wright, Gene Deal touch on that. So a lot of controversy has followed this guy for a long time. So these guys are not new to any type of controversy, right? So I mean, I just want to give you guys a little bit of background. You know what I mean? Because maybe some young people out there maybe some old people out there. I'm just giving you my perspective. You know what I mean? I mean, Puffy, man, I was listening to Bad Boy records from the beginning. I'm talking Mace, Feels So Good. Let me go back to this playlist here. This is his first album. Victory. Crazy. On some Godzilla, like jumping off the top of a building. Like it was just a crazy video. Been Around the World. Classic. You can put that song on right now, you're gonna start dancing. Notorious Big and Mace. And that was the crazy part about it. This was right after Biggie passed away, and he had Biggie in the video. It just made you it was like cinematography. Like it was like you're watching a movie, his videos back in those days. It was like crazy. That was one of my favorite songs of all time right there to this day. To this day. So skipping down a little bit now. Yeah, so if you've never watched that video, Been Around the World, Puff Daddy, Notorious Big, B.I.G., and Mace, you need to go watch that video right now as we speak. You need to just go watch that video. That's a classic production of work right there. All right, so we're giving Puffy his flowers. We're not really going to sit here and just, talk about what's been happening recently. We're going to take it all the way back, right? So all about the Benjamins. Oh my God. I remember as a kid running home, outside playing, running home, trying to catch the end of Rap City when the #1 video would come on, when it would be all about the Benjamins. I remember Much Music premiering all about the Benjamins and hearing about it from like in the week, like, oh, a new videos would be premiered by Puff Daddy, all about the Benjamins, and already hearing that song on the radio for like the last 6-8 months, and then boom, all of a sudden they dropped this video. Like it was just, man, it was a different time, man. It was like the golden era of hip hop, pretty much. So all about the Benjamins, classic, super classic. And then after that, I'll Be Missing You, I would say, is one of the tracks that I, definitely vividly remember. And Can't Nobody Hold Me Down. Wait, yeah, Can't Nobody Hold Me Down. That's his magnus opus right there. That's probably his best song, best video of all time, in my eyes. Can't Nobody Hold Me Down. And that was the thing about Puffy back then too. He was surrounded by a lot of controversy because he would sample all these hits. Remember I talked about he sampled Sting and he sampled The Police for I'll Be Missing You. He sampled Can't Nobody Hold Me Down too. Somebody can I can't remember the name of the group. not Furious. I can't remember the name of them, but don't push me cuz I'm close to, like, the guy was just talented, man. Very talented. Very talented. So fast forward a little bit now. Fast forward a little bit now. The sussiness for me and the controversy kind of stopped, or at least the controversy kind of stopped after Biggie died. After that smoke kind of cleared, making the band, all that type of stuff happened, right? But the sussiness didn't really start yet. The controversy was still pretty much there, like the viral moments, as we will call it in these days and times. But the sussiness didn't really start for me. It didn't start right away, right? But there definitely was some sussy moments over 10 years ago at this point, right? So this is gonna lead me to my next the next part here. This is sussy moment number one for me. I'm gonna put up, like, maybe let's just say 10 sussy moments. We're gonna briefly talk about 10 sussy moments right here. So where are we at here? 10 sussy moments by P. Diddy. Man, this dude was just like he sussy moment number one. Let's get into it. Like, look at this. Justin Bieber, bro. He had a moment with Justin Bieber that was crazy. I mean, he was just talking wild about Justin Bieber, telling him that he wants to come sleep over to his house, sleep over at his house, and when they gonna party together. Man, it was just gross. Like, the kid was like, but you know what? We're not gonna get too deep into it, man. I got a video I'm gonna play. Let's just play the video, man. Like, there's just been a lot of sussy moments. Right, we're just gonna get into all the sussy moments right now. We're just gonna get into it. There's a video I'm about to play right now. Let's just share the video, man. And yeah, Justin Bieber, that was crazy, right? Another one, Drink Champs, that was crazy, right? 50 Cent saying that he wanted Puffy told him that he wanted to take him shopping, crazy. So you think you can dance, when he was staring at that dude, crazy. Usher, Kevin Hart, and Puffy saying that Usher they used to wrestle over the Cheerios, crazy. Cassie, oh my gosh, the stuff that she was saying, that he used to sit in the corner and all this type of dirty stuff, crazy. Steve Stout, there's a meme of him and Puffy hugging up, wearing pink, looking real fruity, suspect. Director Lee Daniels as well too. There's a meme of him and Puffy just looking real sussy together, crazy. There was actually another interview as well too one time between of Cameron. I think he was on the Breakfast Club, where he was talking about how he went to Mace's house one time and saw these dildos on the toilet, and he asked Mace, like, yo, what's that all about? I think at the time Mace was living with Puff, or it was Puff's house or something along those lines. Crazy. Jay Farrell, Who Kid, and Waka Flocka Flame were talking to Desi Banks just the other day. I don't know if you know who any of these people are, but Jay Farrell is a pretty notable Saturday Night Live actor. Who Kid is a pretty notable DJ with the G Unit, and Waka Flocka Flame, Gucci Mane's protege, has carved out his own niche in the hip hop world. Many hits. And Desi Banks is like a comedian, YouTuber. They are all sitting down at a round table at, like, seemingly some type of podcast, and they asked about Puff. Desi asked about, tips for surviving in the industry, and Jay Farrell came back and said, don't go to those Puffy parties, or don't go to those bad boy parties, those mansion parties and stuff like that. And then Who Kid and Waka Flocka started to laugh, like, very nefariously, like, to say that, if you don't know, you're gonna find out, type of thing. And then last but not least, Gene Deal and Jaguar Wright came out and said that this dude was getting people whacked left, right, and center. From everybody from the Uptown Records, Heavy D, oh my gosh, a bunch of them. His own wife, Kim Porter. He was just getting people. This is all allegedly. That's not what I said. This is what they're saying. So they've been talking like Man, there's just been so much controversy following the poor guy, man. It's just unbelievable. So let me quickly get into this video right here. Surviving Puffy. This is it. This is a live stream. Let's get it. Let's start this from the beginning.
You feel me? He like playing. I was the president for shit. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's OG. I was just but that is not. But I did.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work.
It's enough.
Yeah.
I get it. You got it.
You
It's
look
time.
beautiful. It was a
I got
great
pride.
move.
Gay.
Yeah.
Mr. Lee,
Yeah, I love this drink.
Where you put my
chance with you. I
bag
like
at?
when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag?
Daddy, I
at,
like
Mr.
when
Lee?
you
Oh,
when
it's
you
right here, it's
scrambling
right
and
here.
scraping for
No.
shit.
Now, I'm gonna just stop it right here very quickly. This to me was one of the most sussest moments in history. So on my top 10, I have this at number 2. This is definitely one of the most sus moments in Puff Daddy's. You know what? This can secretly be number 1 right here. This drink champs moment right here. This guy was a mess. Apparently, he was in Miami the day prior, and he didn't even know what he was talking about. That's what he came out and said on a later Breakfast Club interview. Right. So Drink Champs hosted by Noriega. Noriega was there, seemingly in the know to what was going on. He blew out some candles that Puffy put in front of his face. There was a Rastaman there, and the Rastaman came on to this. Diddy said, "Come bring the Rastaman on in front of the camera," and he was like trying to like drop his kilt or something like that to look at his piece, and it was just a mess, bro. Like, but hilarious at the same time. It made for like a viral moment, you know? Oops, what happened here? Let's get back into it.
I like that.
I'll be practicing. I gotta
Yeah.
look
Did you
back
miss
on
me?
where I became.
Did you miss me though? For real, because I'm
I
saying
miss-
it seems like a thing.
I
It's
miss
his
partying
birthday
with
party.
Puff, man. I
Man,
miss
but I'm
partying
talking about
with
for your birthday.
Huh?
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
Yeah, we party for my birthday before you came to my party.
No, but me and you ain't never really party. You know what I'm saying?
Sus. Big sus talk right there. Me and you never party for my birthday? Like party for my birthday? He's trying to say something else. You know what I'm saying? So sus. Mad sus right there. Big sus moment. They don't show how he tried to drop the Rastaman's kilt. More sus vibes. Couldn't believe what I was looking at when I seen that. But hilarious at the same damn time. And to this day, I never seen anybody wear a Brooklyn Nets hat all blue like that. So this guy, man.
End of the night, and it was mother.
We're family reunion to vibrations.
He just decides to pull up with a wig on, and be licking his lips and closing his eyes and rolling his eyes back. Mad spicy, mad sus.
Yo, Toronto, we come to your city, Atlanta,
2020, but I can't see 20, but I can't see
Dallas.
You can't unsee these type of things. These things are here forever. Like, dude licked his lips, said Toronto, shook his head. Like, gosh, man.
Play whatever you want to play, baby. Just here, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shake to that, shake to that. Work.
They're trying to say that a man is standing behind the camera, shaking up himself like that. Yo, fire.
Work. That boy family reunion to survive.
Heard that from people who work for Bad Boy, who've now departed.
No, come on, man. Like, bro, like, like things are all fun and games, but like,
From people who work for
you
Bad
ain't gonna
Boy.
catch me, like, even if this was a weird moment, like this was like like an accidental, moment here. You ain't gonna really catch me getting that close to another man's lips like that. That's crazy. not even accidentally, bro. Like that's just, and again, like Mace famously said the other day, I'll never forget that. Mace said this on It Is What It Is podcast. He said, we got to stop saying it's not our business. It is our business because this is all we care about. This is all we really care about. It is
Who've
our
now
business.
departed.
Again, I ain't really gonna let no man hug up on me and kiss me on the cheek like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really get down like that. Right? So it's like, again, what he does behind closed doors is what he does behind closed doors. But at the same time, people really do care about this stuff, man. This stuff is like fuels. You know, people love hearing about these things and knowing about these things. So it is everybody's business because people actually care about that. What he ate for breakfast this morning, nobody cares about. But his orientation, people care about. So it is everybody's business. People do care about it.
Gays who were in Bad Boy, who have in fact told that he was.
Now, I don't know what this is or what's going on right here. I don't know what this is all about, but apparently this person, I don't even know how this, like, once again, a man like me, I can't see if I was in a position of like power like this, like Puff, not even to say as high as Puff, but just in general, and I had a team working around me. I don't know if I you know what I mean, I'm not gonna gainfully employ someone like this person just for the simple fact that it may it may be bad for my reputation, my image. People may think, you know, certain things about me. You know what I mean? I don't know how people really seem comfortable unless there might be some type of energy that they like from these type of people. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't have people like this around me, working for me, being able to say that they've been working with me for X amount of years. And it's kind of like, are you trying to tell us something? Like, why you got homeboy working for you like this? Like, what role does he play? You know what I mean?
He likes women, so he would have, in fact, have to be bisexual. I've heard Sean Combs is in fact bisexual. Some people used to.
Now, this is the thing I don't like. This is gonna go into the Cassie thing. I've heard everything in nowadays is I've heard. It's not video. It's not, see, the pictures, the drink champs. That's more concrete than this third party person saying I've heard. I don't like that narrative, and that goes down. That goes into the whole, you know, like us trying to drag each other down. Like at any point where something negative comes out about someone who looks like myself, right? We're ready to stream, post videos, make fun. You know, like we really don't. There's not that hold each other down type of culture out there no more. It's not like, you know, like Cameron said, like stop snitching. Like you see something, you don't say something. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody just ready to just drag people down. I haven't once said anything negative about the guy. Like I'm just giving you the kind of breakdown. You know what I mean? I don't really like that. Like anytime like DJ Envy, that was our last stream, right? People were ready to crucify DJ Envy, but I mean he's still out here. You know, and everything is pretty much alleged right now. He just has a bunch of lawsuits. I mean, same with Puff. Like he just got a bunch of lawsuits, but it's all just hearsay at this point. You know, DJ Envy, okay, there's paperwork, you know, stuff like that, but we don't know their contractual obligations to each other. We don't know what really happened between Puff and Cassie. You know, like we just don't know. It's all I heard. It's all, oh, I heard in a story. I heard in a story. I don't like that. That's dangerous. Very dangerous to believe hearsay. To take hearsay
To
as
work with his
fact.
company. So I'm assuming I'm not sexually Sean Combs. I've not spoken to Sean Combs. But based on those sources, I've heard he's in fact bisexual.
I've heard. Two words you just don't want to hear is I heard. I want to see. Drink champs, that was enough proof to me. Enough proof. Usher, Usher Kevin Hart, enough proof to me. You know what I'm saying? The Justin Bieber moment, enough proof to me because I saw some real suspect behavior right there. You know what I'm saying? That was Steve Stout just now. Once again, this is what I see. I don't see him doing anything that's actually gonna make me say that he is playing for the other team, the rainbow team per se. But it's kind of weird that this guy's like hugging up on this man so hard. Gervonta Tank Davis, champion boxer right here, pound for pound of the best boxers in the world. He's hugging him so tight. He's picking him up, and kind of like embracing him, like he was like one of his like lovers or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Gervonta had to kind of smooth it out and say, bruh, don't be embracing me like that. I'm a man. Embrace me like this, and gave him a handshake.
Building. Hey yo, this guy right here, one of the hip hop entrepreneur, young legends. He's in my gang. He gets money. Yes, he does. Yes.
Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow.
Bono had to kind of like back up, like dude was coming in for like he wanted a kiss on the cheek or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Bono was just like, if you don't know who Bono is, he's part of one of the biggest groups of all time. U2. He kind of like backed up a little bit, like, dude, like don't be bringing your face too close to my face, brother.
Wow, wow, wow. This is amazing.
We are the United States. Hey yo, can't nobody with me, nigga. As far as like,
Wow. There's a Lee Daniels. There it is. Right there. That's the one I was talking about right there. Like Lee Daniels, I hope I'm saying his name right. Lee Daniels is a out and out, you already know, like rainbow guy. He's out and out with it. So for Puff to be like letting this man hug him from the back like that, hand across the chest, hugging him from the back, it can convey the wrong message. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be hard for Puff to kind of deny this one. Hey, it may not come out today, it may not come out tomorrow, but maybe 20 years down the line, you never know. He might read a tell-all book and really live his truth. And again, we can say it all we want. His business is his business, but it's not, because we all care. We all care. This is the most intriguing thing, that this guy in this man's life right now. This is the most intriguing thing that people want to know. Is he or isn't he? And the proof is in the pudding. I think he is. What he did with Cassie, that's separate. I don't know if I believe. I don't really see. I mean, you never know. You never know. I'm not here to. I'm not here to judge the guy. I don't have any opinion on that. I just don't like the hearsay. I don't like the fact that this guy his whole life can get messed up over. I heard. I don't like that type of stuff.
Whereas that, if I could say this, like you have a girl being.
That's Gene Deal right there on the left. That's his bodyguard. So Gene Deal, Jaguar Wright, came out and said some crazy things about Puff.
Sexual to this one guy, maybe going down on him, and he's back there rolling his eyes. He hiding the mother, and when he put his head.
Yeah. Apparently, P Diddy likes to indulge in different narcotics that I'm not really too. I don't know if I believe. I mean, hey, maybe it's the entertainment industry. I'm sure it could be true, could be not true. I wasn't there to see, but that's what Cassie was a legend as well too. That this guy was crazy. He would be on that Percocet, Molly Percocet, like crazy. Molly Percocet, Molly Percocet, like crazy. So that's what Gene Deal's saying here. His eyes are rolled back in his head like he was on something.
Head down is one of them white boys sucking on him.
Oh,
you understand? That has happened. You understand what I'm saying? Then you got these guys who they go into these Turkish houses. Once you get to that door, you don't go back in there. but you know what they do in them Turkish houses. Well, you can assume what they do, quote unquote, in those Turkish.
Was Puffy really a fun boy?
Listen, I never seen him in the act with another man alone.
There you go. Alone. He never seen, like, this is his bodyguard coming out and saying this. And like, this is one of his right hand mans at the time for a long period of time, coming out and saying that he never saw nothing. So is he sworn to secrecy or is he telling the truth? Like, who to believe, right? I didn't see it, so how can I say yes? How can I say no? Am I being biased? How can I say I don't even know the guy? I listened to his music as a child. That's about it.
Now, he's that type of dude, he'll take his girl, his baby mama with you and your girlfriend and your mans in them, and they'll go out and they do all kind of freaky shit with each other together. You know what I'm saying? The only fun boy shit that I ever seen them do, we was in one of those exotic shops. Yo, I'm gonna turn this shit out because this shit was funny.
That's MREC TV, salute to MREC.
In Atlanta, we go to those exotic shops where you get all kind of, like, they buy oils, dildos.
Yeah. So he's basically gonna say that he saw Puffy purchasing freaky kinky toys. So I mean, he says that he saw him purchasing toys. What more do you need to really know or hear? Like, he's saying that he's seen that. Right? It's not like that last dude was saying, I heard. No, he's seen that. He literally seen that. That's way different.
To anything about, the rumors about Puffy being gay.
Mark Curry, one hit, one verse wonder. I'm the definition of half man, half and huh. We ain't. No, wait, no. That's all I know Mark Curry from. But apparently he was rolling with Puffy heavy too.
Or any of that. Does that shock you? Or does that, or is that kind of like I can see that?
Yeah, because see, I don't have to actually see two men engage in sexual activity to say he's gay.
I moved.
You see, I don't like that. He's regurgitating information than what he's heard from other people. Like, it doesn't make sense. If you never seen it, how can you know that it's true? I guess obviously, if you see somebody walking on the street, like a man walking on the street wearing, all pink or whatever, and his butt cheeks out of his pants, obviously you may think that he lives a certain type of lifestyle, but until you see it, it's kind of hard to really say that he's living that type of lifestyle. You know what I mean? You just don't know. So I don't like that narrative that Mark Curry just said.
To New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now that was a
okay. This is some Usher. This is what Usher had to say. Usher he's not even playing with it. He's gonna really tell you what happened. Is he sworn to secrecy? Who knows? I don't know, but this is what's coming out of his mouth. This is what he's seen. So this is Usher's moment right here. This is Usher, baby. Like, this is one of the greatest artists of all time. R&B legend.
LA Reid's idea, right? We're sending you
New
over
York
to
City.
something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor
some
Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's what it
Camp.
was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I
Come
mean,
on.
but there, hey, it was
See, not really. Is he lying? Is he telling the truth? Who knows? So are we really surviving Puffy? Like, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is really going on here? Is this all just frivolous? Is this all just accusations? Is this all truth? We don't know. We don't know. Nobody cares about the truth when the lie is more entertaining. Nobody cares, man. But trust me, they care though. The headlines, they care though. If that headline comes out tomorrow, P. Diddy comes out and says that he's part of the rainbow community, people are gonna definitely tune into that. That's gonna go viral. Everyone's gonna be talking about that. Definitely, 100%.
was curious. I got a chance
People care.
to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
saying?
went there to see the lifestyle,
Right.
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I couldn't indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild. It was,
So
it was
nobody
crazy.
tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say
and,
that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Hey man, I don't like reading between the lines. Okay, that's a little bit too vague for me. He said curious. He said, he didn't say this, he didn't say that. Who knows, man?
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans.
If you don't know, that's Howard Stern, a legendary radio personality.
Jodeci, Mary J.
And that's Robin, one of his sidekicks.
Blanche. They ain't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time.
That's crazy. His parents didn't know nothing about this at 13. That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat, or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money?
No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close, but it's just.
Here we go. Here's another one. For me, Drink Champs, number 2. This is also up there. This is what I see that makes me say, dude, bro, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not here to judge or anything like that, but hey, this is kind of sus, bro. Like,
yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it. You did it.
No, I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout
you hear that?
out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even I don't want it to come close to the bed at all.
You see, what are they getting at? Just like with Usher, what are they getting at?
Usher look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. Usher
fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like that's how.
Pause. We used to wake up. What does that mean? I'm saying it's all just reading between the lines, hearsay type of thing, man. It's like he's saying it, but he's not really saying it. You know what I mean? So.
Back in the days when.
So I'm saying, people will keep you in everything but a prayer. Keep your name in everything but a prayer. You know what I'm saying? So we're not going to talk about how, Usher turned into one of the, greatest R&B artists of all time. We're not going to talk about how Kevin Hart, this is young Kevin Hart. This is before Kevin Hart was even anything huge. He was just coming up. He put a lot of people on, right? Cassie, he put her on. No one would have knew about Cassie until Puffy came along. Period. Bad Boy, a lot of those artists. He executive produced a lot of those albums, right?
He was like 10 and I was a little bit older. His older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world.
What the fuck did Puff just say?
Well, as a single man, you know what I'm saying? I have no shame in my game with that. You know what I'm saying? We got invited to the beach. How was you want to go to the club after?
This is Exhibit.
Whatever.
This is Exhibit talking about Puff. Some crazy party he got invited to. Some crazy stuff that he saw in that party, and he just left the party. So this is Exhibit, legendary West Coast rapper. I mean, he had about like 2 crazy songs, and he had some features on some Dr. Dre albums and stuff like that. So I hadn't Pit My Ride, never forget about that. So Exhibit definitely was in that industry, and he said he saw some stuff too. So
did his thing. And I was
he limping?
He walked away and a nail fell out his boot.
No, I'm gonna clear this shit up because I'm not gonna have my name. I ain't gonna have my name out there crazy like that.
Go ahead.
So then she say, I told him what he told me, and she was like, oh, she started laughing like a motherfucker. I'll tell you later. So then I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna make a big deal of it, whatever. So then then I guess he had some prior incident with her that he don't want nobody to know about. You know what I'm saying? So we get into the truck. He said, let's go to this club. So everybody following the car. The car is fucking silent. You know what I'm saying?
And if you look at this outfit he's wearing right now, this is Puffy. You're looking at a picture of P. Diddy right there. He got the eyes wide shut mask. He got the crazy headgear. He got the skirt on. He got the robe. He's standing on top of a car. Like, this dude is a party animal. He's a freaky boy, man. Like, hey, yo.
I'm saying? We get to this club and then we walk in the back ways of VIP lounge. Ain't nobody in there. And then, you know, the club is going, it's all jumping. And then I'm sitting there with old girl. So then, you know, he's doing his business. We go down and get a drink. You know, we sitting there bopping to the music. And then she point over the corner. It's two dudes kissing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay. Then there's girls in the club too. And then she pointed another direction. It's another dude over there, like butt ass naked dancing. You know what I'm saying? We take off, man. You know what I'm saying? We leave the club directly. I didn't say peace to nobody. I didn't see.
Wow. Exhibit saying there's some butt ass naked men in the club that Puffy said let's forward to. Let's forward to a club, man. Them. Let's forward to this club, yo. Come, let's go down the street real quick. Jump in the car. Boom, bam, boom. Get to the club. Jump in the club. As soon as you walk in the club, you're in there for 2 minutes. You see a naked man just standing there, and Puff is like, "Yo, let's go." Like, he was advocating to go here from the start. Sus.
I'm fucking goblins.
I went to a party on Star Island in Miami.
Star Island in Miami. This guy is in some exclusive places, man. Like,
where P. Diddy has a private residence. I had no business being there. I was with a famed house producer who was DJing the party.
Sure.
And I will keep his name.
Like, I don't know this dude from anywhere, right? But just off of his appearance alone, right? I mean, safe to say that, I mean, what type of lifestyle is he living? I mean, are you to judge him in the same light that you judge Puff? You can't go off of hearsay, bro. You can't. Like, I never seen this guy in the purple a day in my life, but he looks a little sus himself.
Name out of it.
Yep.
And I took a whole bunch of ecstasy because everyone there was taking ecstasy. It was basically me and like.
Nah, that's the thing that's gonna be kind of damaging for the guy because for Puff, because in this Cassie thing, hopefully it doesn't go any further than it has to, right? I mean, it's already technically been settled, but all this drug usage, I mean, it's hip hop, it's the Molly Percocet, Molly Percocet, yeah, but I mean, if he was giving her drugs and forcing her to do things that she didn't want to do, that's gonna look bad on him because it's seemingly there's a lot of people that could even before Cassie came out with this that could collaborate that he does do a lot of drugs. You know what I'm trying to say? So
like beautiful, like ethnic models, like just beautiful women who I obviously had no interest in because
that's the big pimpin' video.
That's not my type.
Right.
Yeah.
We're gonna stick to Peppa, please.
Yeah, we're gonna stick to Peppa and ghouls from Us Weekly.
Right.
So I'm like kind of stumbling around. It's like, it's all like, my man is telling me that like, every third person is some executive, got behind the scenes guys who I don't recognize.
It's a high-end crowd.
Very high-end. And there's no joke, there's maybe 100 people.
Okay.
I mean, it is intimate.
It's a serious
I have no business
party.
being there.
Sure.
I'm in like like an old Jewish grandmother's windbreaker like I am now at this exact moment.
Right.
And so long story short, I am on ecstasy and I'm trying to find the bathroom and I can't find the bathroom and I just kind of like go to.
There's that Steve Stout pose again. Steve Stout, you got a little bit of explaining to do, man. Like, why is you guys stand behind each other, hand wrap like that? The body language is given like sus.
Go down a flight of stairs and now I'm in like the inner windings of the mansion because most of it's going down by the pool.
Okay.
Cabanas and stuff.
Dragon's Lair.
Yeah,
we're getting serious.
So I get lost and I'm in like just a maze of rooms.
Yeah.
Now I'm looking for the bathroom. I start opening doors. One's like a closet. One's a room. It doesn't have a bathroom in it. Whatever. Every room should have a bathroom in it.
That makes sense.
First of all,
if you're in this fucking
every
dungeon,
room should have, right.
Every house.
So I open a door and in that room there are a bunch of men. And they're all kind of like very like Romanesque, like laying about and kind of like very like kind of leaning on each other, not really spooning, but like conversation.
Yo, what's going on in this pit, bro? That's Puffy in the middle. He's arching his back, right into that next man's midsection, like lower midsection. Like, hey, yo, with no shirt on, bruh.
Spooning, like if you were spooning but facing each other and like leaning up on your elbow and talking.
Like how about this? Like in public, watching TV with a bunch of your friends, and you're with your girlfriends.
Right. Yes.
It would be like those guys kind of lounging on their girlfriends, but they're not fucking because that would be
No,
weird
they
in
weren't
public.
fucking,
Right.
but like you almost think that they should be feeding each other grapes.
Is that French Montana? That looks like French Montana spooning up against Puffy, bro. Ayo, so we gonna like, does French need to get called to the front of the congregation? Like, what's going on here, French?
You know, stuff like that. Like,
Okay.
it was very like
regal
Yo,
lounge,
very erotic.
that must be Photoshop, bro. Why is you kissing yourself like that, man? Obviously, it's Photoshop.
Okay, all right.
Heavy erotic.
Yeah, like the drawings you would see of like old Greek.
Yes.
There's a meme going around right now that's actually really funny, saying that, you know, I've been drinking Ciroc for 20 years. Puff, you owe me some damages. Man, that Ciroc was like in the 2010s, the early 2010s. Ooh, that was hot. That Ciroc, man. Ooh, that Coco Loso and this and man, that Ciroc was. That's some good nights with that Ciroc, man. Believe you me. So gotta take the good at the bad at some of these people, man. Don't worship these people at the end of the day. Not to be worshipped at all. It's all entertainment. Only one man we worship over here on this page, at least.
Right,
Hangouts.
exactly.
Yeah, I
or
understand.
like a factory going
One person we worship over here. One God.
like laid on her side.
Yeah, it would almost be the prelude to an orgy.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh my
Okay.
god. It was so prelude to
Okay.
an orgy.
So explain.
So I look. So
Can't worship anything in the flesh, people. Nothing in the flesh.
I'm there for a very brief amount of time because I open the door and clearly I'm not supposed to be in there. And I look, and who is lounging in my direct eye line? Puff Daddy and Felix the House Cat, famed house music producer.
Yeah, no, I know.
There we go again. Lee Daniels. What's going on here? Like, a picture says 1,000 words, people. What's going on here?
That is.
Basically,
as May said once again, stop saying it's not our business. It is our business. This is all we care about.
spooning each other. I swear to God, they're basically spooning and they're drinking a glass of Hennessy and they're like sharing it. They're like passing it back and forth.
And everyone's talking.
And everyone's just like talking.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I see them, I'm like,
all men though. There's not one woman in this room.
all men. And
Yeah.
they're all 100% on ecstasy. Like you can see Diddy's in like white linen being like, oh my God. Like rub ice on my nipples.
Right.
You know, like, oh, you're one of my best friends.
Right.
So the minute I make eye contact with him, like a gigantic bouncer comes over and says, get the fuck out. Because a lot of people turned and looked at me because it was very unexpected that like a fat guy with an afro,
Right.
with like no shirt on, basically, like an open windbreaker, opened the door to like this, like,
You are kind of a buzzkill.
Definitely.
If I'm on ecstasy and
Right,
getting
no.
ready for a gay
They're like,
orgy.
oh, this guy. Oh, he looks like fucking Gillette Gene Shaladin. You know? So, but I looked right at Puff Daddy and he looked right at me.
Yeah.
He didn't see you, bro. He had no idea you were even there. He was so gone off that ecstasy, bro.
And we made direct eye contact. And I got kicked out of the room.
Sure.
So that was that.
Yeah, fast and obviously
So-
crazy.
Once again with these sussy pics, bro. Like, what are your yo?
Fast
Crazy.
forward.
So I was like, P. Diddy's clearly on ecstasy and
Yeah.
he's clearly gay.
Yeah.
So-
This one has a little sweetness to it. This one has a little sweetness to it.
Hey, yo, man. Kiki Palmer. Anyways, people. Look, this is all I got to say, man. These are my final thoughts here. All right. We need to stop. We need to stop tearing each other down. Okay. Other races, other colored people. So white folk, yellow folk, brown folk. Okay. They'll defend their people. Right. So I'm not here gonna just give you all the negativity, the sussiness. Right. At the beginning, I talked to you about No Way Out. Okay. One of my favorite albums of all time. Okay. Puffy's put on countless people. We wouldn't know who Mace is without Puffy. We wouldn't really know who seemingly Usher is without Puffy. Justin Bieber. A lot of these guys, Puffy brought them in, broke them in, no pun intended, made them into be the stars that they are today. He gave life to Bryson Tiller I guess I gotta do like Ciroc, DeLeon. Like the guy's a legend, bro. We gotta stop tearing each other down. The guy's a legend. What he's doing behind closed doors, we all care about. But why are we so quick to cancel somebody or to like throw them, you know what I mean? Throw them to the wolves or throw them to the white man type of thing. Like, why are we so quick to do that? Because of what Cassie said. Without Puffy, Cassie would be absolutely nobody. America is built on litigation. I sue you, I get your money. I sue the next person, I get their money. They sue me, they get my money. That's just how judges get paid, lawyers get paid, the clerks get paid, everybody gets paid. That building stays intact. The janitors get paid off of the backs of I sue you, you sue me. That's just how these things work. That could just be a money grab. It's been happening rampantly now for the last X amount of years. When Charlie Sheen got the you know what, white folk was still defending my boy. You still see this guy walking around Hollywood every now and then. TMZ catches him. People are hail him up, coming up. They ain't canceling him. He ain't getting canceled out here. And you don't think Charlie Sheen was doing some crazy stuff back in the 90s and in the 80s? Come on, man. Denise Richards winning, all that type of stuff, the drug use and all that type of stuff. I don't see their cases going against Charlie Sheen. I don't see no live streams going up against Charlie Sheen. We just don't see that in these other communities. But you know what? I understand the programming. I understand the way that we've been programmed to think and go at each other and, so focus on the arts. We ain't focus on the finance. We ain't focus on the money. We focus on the money, but that dirty money, that tricking and drugs and bottles, and it's just we ain't trying to build corporations out here. And that's just by design. I get it, but my voice, I'm gonna definitely say that. Look, we need to stop. We need to stop tearing each other down. I mean, I gave you the sussy moments, but I also gave you the good moments as well too. So, Puff, hold your head high. I mean, I have no allegiance to him. I have no alliance to this guy whatsoever. I just remember when I was a young child, running home from playing outside on the streets just to be able to see the All About the Benjamins video. You know what I'm saying? I remember hearing Can't Hold Me Down for the first time and seeing that video for the first time. I didn't even know who had the song first. I just knew I loved that song. Right? So that's all, man. That's all, man. We got to stop tearing each other down. Take the good of the bad. Once again, Cassie, we would never have known who she was without Puff. So for her to say that over a course of 10 years, that all these things are going on, 10 years? That's a long time. How you can remove consent and all that type of crazy stuff, that's a dangerous precedent for the future. How you gonna say it was okay in the moment, but then before a certain law or legislation or certain law expires in New York City, you choose to bring forth certain things to the public light? That's messed up. How, as soon as these things come to light, you settle within the same week for X amount of dollars? That's messed up. Now, is Puffy perfect? No. I think what happened with Kim Porter, tragic. I think what happened with Andre Harrell, tragic. I don't think this guy's hands are clean completely. But I wasn't there. I wasn't there. I wasn't with Cassie when she, you know what I mean? When she was taking ecstasy and allegedly doing all these things with these male prostitutes. I wasn't there. It doesn't affect me. Anyways, man. Let's see what happens. Let's see what unfolds. My name's O Styles. I'm going to wrap this live stream up. All right. Man, these cervezas are hitting nice right now. Hopefully you enjoyed it on the playback. If you're listening, wherever you're listening to, it doesn't matter, man. Salute to you. We got more heat coming. All right. Let me know what you think. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe for more. Let's get those watch hours up. Let's get those subscribers up. Roll to 1K. At 1K, we're gonna do something real special. All right. This is O Styles. I'm out. Peace.